Hi, my name is Danielle Foisey. I'm a project designer at Kaplan Thompson Architects, and my role in the Ecology School was mainly facilitating the Living Building and Living Community Challenge certification.
I'm Todd Richardson. I'm principal of Richardson Associates. We're landscape architects, and as landscape architects, our role in the project was to be involved in siting the buildings and developing the landscape for the project.
My name is Adam Ruthier, and I'm the project manager for Zachow Construction on the Ecology School project.
What made me excited to join the Ecology School project was definitely the client, seeing how passionate they were about environmental sustainability and pushing green building standards made it a really exciting project to be a part of.
So when initial conversations emerged, just knowing about the Ecology School and having an opportunity to participate in helping them define their future here was terrific.
Personally, I was very interested in the project. I grew up on a small farm and have since taken over and now own and manage the farm. And I think the natural symbiotic relationship is something that small-scale farming understands, that aligns with LBC and what Ecology School is trying to achieve.
My advice to anyone looking to pursue LBC or LCC is to assemble a team of experts in the field. So in the Ecology School, we had a really great multidisciplinary team of civil, landscape, electrical, architecture. Everyone was very involved in meeting the requirements for LBC. And another thing to keep in mind is to be flexible, especially with the materials palette. You might not be able to use what you had originally intended. For example, we really wanted to use FSC white cedar. We could not find a source for it anywhere, so we went with FSC white pine. Still a beautiful local product, but we had to pivot along the way.
So the Living Building Challenge has very far-reaching impacts. On the building side, the construction side, it means that all of these really toxic and harmful chemicals that we use everywhere, any sort of liquid, any sort of sealant, glue, adhesive, solvent, it means that we are not bringing those home on our skin or in our clothes. And as someone who is a recently turned 1-year-old, that is really meaningful to us. You know, we don't want to bring some of these chemicals and some of these harmful things home with us. On the manufacturing side, that also means that these companies aren't producing as much of these really harmful chemicals that pollute local communities. And concurrently, it means that we're creating a supply-demand chain for the companies that create better options.
There was always a goal that the team had to make sure that the way in which the campus was developed was really site-inspired and site-responsive. And if you look at the way in which the dormitory, which is a fairly linear building, it's not a straight building, but it's a linear building overall, comprised of 3 components, that those are nestled fairly closely to a significant row of trees that exists back there. And then the Commons building, which is more of a public building by its uses, is forward in the site in a way that captures that terrific view of the river and the bend in the river for which this property is known.
One of my favorite aspects of Living Building Challenge requirements is the biofuelic design charrette, which is intentionally incorporating what you love about nature into the built environment to make it less sterile places to be. And so in the Ecology School, we had a full day charrette with educators, the Ecology School, the architecture team, civil team, landscape, etc. And we all got together and thought about how can we intentionally incorporate dappled lighting and curiosity enticement and mystery into the design. And so as you walk through the Ecology School, you'll start to see some of those features that we thought of that day pop up. For example, in the Commons, if you're underneath the porch roof, there's cutouts, which solar panels are going on top of, and that will hopefully create a cool lighting effect and also highlight some of the sustainable features of the building.
So specifically with this project, that collaborative approach was essential because everyone was working from a place of a lack of experience. None of us, from the architects to any of the builders, had ever done a Living Building Challenge project before, and they call it a challenge because they don't even know how to do the whole process. It is a challenge because you have to figure it out, and that does not work if you don't have these collaborative relationships in place. So that really allowed us to work as a team to figure things out as they came into our plates, and as we identified things and challenges and products we could or couldn't use, and had to readapt and kind of transition through the project that way.